Welcome, Sarah Richardson. Always think up. It's about to be my baby's birthday, guys. 6 years old. I know one thing, right? All mothers should be celebrating them on their baby's birthday. We've been celebrating all month. You deserve it. If you're a mom, celebrate you on every single one of your children's birthdays. I highly recommend it. How is everybody feeling tonight? I was all pumped up and excited. I just did a show with one of my best friends and it was amazing. And I got excited to do this video and then all of a sudden, like, I just started feeling like, woo. So there's a lot of energy coming in right now. I love you guys. So I titled this video, You Are Not Alone, but Does Your Company Keep You? Does anybody know what that means? Every thought that we think is a request to the universe. God, higher self, right? Hello, love. How are you? Guys, I do not do organized religion. I am not organized with my connection. It's not an organized thing. God to me is not a straight line. It is not organized. So when people do these organized religion things, I don't, that's not how any of this God stuff works to me, right? But the things that I do know, I really do know because I've tested them, right? And so our thoughts are requests to the universe. That's why I have always think up. Because one of the very first things that I learned was my thoughts are creating my experience. So whether it's wanted thoughts, unwanted thoughts, conscious thoughts, subconscious thoughts, unconscious thoughts, you're commanding the universe by that, right? And our thoughts come from our feelings, and our feelings come from our base, and it's just all real confusing sometimes, right? So I was talking in the show tonight about how every person gets divine downloads, right? So you get this divine download that you energetically are supposed to take into your root, ground it into the ground, and create that and create that into life, right? But what happens is our energy bodies have blockages. And so it doesn't really work out like that. There's a lot of lessons, there's a lot of tests, there's a lot of teachers, there's a lot of all kind of things that happen in that process, right? And so a lot of times we'll feel like life is against us, but it's not against you. It's you. Your life is you. Oh, check out my new bracelet. One of my best friends got me. I love this journey, guys. I love that I have the voice to come and speak to you. So just recently on my page, I started asking, does anybody pray anymore? Because it's like everybody got so new age that they forgot the basics. And I get it because, as I was learning on my healing journey, I got to a point just recently where I had to go all the way back to the basics of me, all the way back to the bare bones of when I started learning to really be able to reach people that don't really understand what I talk about and how I talk, right? And so prayer is commanding your speaking your life into existence, speaking good onto people's lives, right? And so that's why I asked about prayer. I didn't ask about prayer in an organized religion type of way. That's not what that is. And like everybody has different ways to pray and different things that they like to say and different things that they like to do. One of my things is I like to send love. Good evening. And guys, words are it's asking, right? And that's what you have to do. You have to ask. There's no question that's dumb. Like any question that you have, ask it because there's a reason why you have that question. It's not silly, it's not dumb. That's what I love about having this platform and all the people that I've got to run across and learn from. Like everyone thinks that I just come up here and I'm a teacher. No, I am a human. I am having an experience. I'm learning things every day. When something comes up that I know, I'm like, yo, I kind of know this, but give me the rest of the stuff, right? You never get to this place in healing and that you're just like, all right, I'm done. I'm done with my life lessons. I'm done with all of this stuff. How boring would life be? I love you guys. By the way, I'm drinking tea tonight and I am in a sunshine state of mind because I am about to go to the beach. So I'm vibing out super high. First, my guts are clean. Second, it's about to be my daughter's 6th birthday. Third, I am about to be in the tropics by the weekend. So I am definitely in a sunshine state of mind. All things that happen to you happen in response to your vibrational invitation. So I've been seeing a lot of people like, pray for me, I'm being attacked. Pray for me, this thing is coming at me. And that in the bare bones of my learning, you know, nothing can come in unless you give it a vibrational invitation into your life, right? And that's hard to understand, catch. When you catch it, it's hard to swallow. Um, you invite it into your life. And so, you can always have a good night, love. You can always keep yourself protected. So, if you feel like you're under some kind of attack or something's going on with you, pray. Pray and say, hey, get this off me. Find out ways that you pray. Find out ways that prayer works for you. How do you command your life? How do you speak life into your hard times? How do you be thankful for your good times? I don't like, I don't know. It's like constant prayer. When I see somebody on the street that's having a hard time, I pray for them. When I see somebody in Facebook land that's having a hard time, I pray for them. When something's going on and I don't know how to talk to somebody in my inner circle, I pray about it. Hard to be consistent. Well, and it's just like working out, love. It's like always think up is whenever I was training myself. So, I didn't always think good thoughts, right? And then I used to always think really, really bad thoughts, right? And then I just thought really good thoughts, and then all kind of really good stuff started happening in my life. And then because of that, I started ignoring what felt bad. Well, and I probably always was ignoring that, right? And so then I learned that I kept attracting the things that I was ignoring. And then I learned that I really had to feel all of my feelings. And so I'm going to talk about that a lot tonight. I love you. It is hard to be consistent, but it's being patient with yourself in the process, right? And so it's like, a lot of people come out, like New Year's, like, oh, yeah, I'm going to work out 5 days a week and blah blah blah, and they don't get there, but a couple times a week, and then it just like slowly falls off. You can always pick back up when you want to tune in. Prayer to me is tuning in. Prayer to me is whenever I kick up that conversation with God. Prayer to me, it's really hard. I don't see it like regular people see it. That's like my guidance system. Like I ask questions and I get answers, but the way I ask questions and the way my answers come, a lot of people wouldn't know that that was an answer to something that I asked because it's just specifically designed for you, right? Um, you know, a lot of people will say, how do I know if I need healing, or how do I know when I'm done healing? How are things working out for you? How are things working out for you? How does your body feel? How is your mind? How is your spirit? Are you in a place of joy, happiness, and peace? Are you surrounded by confusion and frustration and drama? How are things working out for you in your life? Um, that's a very clear way to understand the vibrational request that you're sending out. Because if you feel bad and if things are not working out for you, then that is the vibrational request that you are sending out. And so things are going to keep coming into your life so you can learn how to nurture that and clear that out for good. We were talking, this has been coming up a lot with me in my conversations with God, the give and receive, the give and receive. And it's been showing out. And so, like, that's another thing about my prayers and my conversations with God. is that when something needs to come through, it comes through every single avenue that there is, right? And so the give and receive, the give and receive. So a lot of people that I meet and that I connect with on here and that connect with me and come and talk to me, um, you guys are super givers. And I love that. Like, I love that about your whole entire heart and spirit. I love and am so thankful that I'm surrounded by so many people that give so much love out here, because that's really what it's about, right? Yes, offerings for healing moment by moment, every time. But what happens is a lot of us givers do not really know how to receive what is being said to us, what is being shown to us, what is being downloaded into us, what is being presented to us, right? And so if you can't receive, when you give something, something equal to that is coming to you, right? Energetic wise. But if you don't know how to receive, it's just kind of like sitting in the energy bank, right? So, like, a lot of you guys that watch me, might have unemployment checks that are just sitting there waiting for you, but you just haven't done the root work and got into the root and done the things that you didn't want to do about it to just get that blessing, right? So, like, there's $10,000 sitting in your unemployment, but because you can't just come down to your root and get real about it real quick and send that stuff all off, you are mad at unemployment. And everybody that gets unemployment, you're not getting unemployment, but like your blessing is there. You got to go deep inside of yourself. You got to get to the root of things. We can make up in our minds the million different reasons why unemployment wouldn't come through, right? And we can make ourselves believe, like, by the time you get to stinking thinking it all, that, like, you ain't even going to get unemployment, right? I just had this go on with one of my really great friends, right? And I'm like, no, girl, do the root work to that, right? Boom. Tons of money coming her way just from going in and doing the things she didn't want to do, because the things that have happened to her in her past were like, you don't deserve this. You're not going to get this. And it was a fear, her own fear, holding her back from her own reserve tank that was in the bank. It was already there. It was there. And she just was thinking that she didn't deserve it. See what I'm saying? Like, things only happen to you in response to your vibrational invitation. So her vibrational invitation to unemployment was, I'm not going to get it, fuck unemployment, all this other stuff, right? And finally, when she sat down and got to the root of all the stuff that she didn't really want to go to, she comes out and she has all this money in the bank. And see, this is what I do in my work. I help people dig into the roots to uncover what's naturally yours. It's like you're this like plant, and you have this natural way about you, and everybody was so programmed to be this way or this way or this way. And that's what I love about my work. I love about, it's just so simple. My conversations with God, the way I communicate that with other people, how they dig to the roots of them and really receive what is theirs. I didn't do anything special for my girlfriend. I just knew that she had to get to the root of what she didn't want to do. We did it together. We smiled. We cheersed our coffee cups to it, right? She goes upstairs. She comes downstairs and she's like, you'll never believe this. And I'm like, no, I do believe it, because we do block our blessings. Like that morning, when I had my conversation with God, it was about the give and receive, and how most people with giant hearts that give cannot receive the love that God has for you. And that hurts my heart to know that, right? But I have to know it's everybody's journey is their own. And I love you and honor you no matter where you are on your journey. And most of the people that I work with are in the doo-doo, right? I'm not normally working with people that got all their shit together. I'm working with people that are in the doo-doo, going through severe disease, going through some major, major things in their bodies. Want it or not, you're getting what you're thinking. So, does anybody on here have anything bad that's going on in their life? And if you have something bad going on in your life, Can you think about when you thought that? Something around that, something about that. It's becoming aware of your thoughts. Like I was the type of person to always think the worst. So when the worst thing came, I was ready. I was prepared. I was ready to go. I was ready to be rejected. I was ready to all those things that were my fears, right? And then when I started really thinking abundance and thinking limitless, this is a journey, right? And really thinking about what I thought about, and like there's no wrong way, right? So if you think a bad thought, you want to just remember and you want to put some good on you, right? And now I'm to the point where my baby will say something crazy. I'm like, don't talk that on my life. Don't talk that on my life, girl. Hello. Hello, love. I'm like, where's our spells, girl? You better talk good spells on me. I don't like when people say like dumb shit. Like people will be like, oh, well, you need your registration in case you get pulled over. Get the fuck out of here. I ain't talking that on to me. Get out of here. And we don't even realize how fast we talk bad things into our lives, talk things that we don't want into our own lives. A lot of people are going around here, I'm going through this and that and being a wow, blah, 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 but it's their fault and their fault. But like in your time, in your mind, you're bringing that to you. You're inviting that to the table by your internal frequency. Hey, queen, been a minute. Hey, love. I've been seeing you out here doing some cool shit. How you carved that stone the other day, Anna, or whatever. That was so cool with that little tool, and you went in there and went all around, made that thing into a ball. Was that you? I was like, whoa. And that's what I mean. I love people that are authentically them. I love to see someone be authentically who they're supposed to be in their spirit. And how you know that someone is there is they're just in a place of joy, happiness, and peace. And it doesn't have to do with anything outside of them. It's just inside. Like I'm happy because of things inside of me. And because I'm happy because of the inside of me, the outside of me is dope. And that's why I say I'm the best deliberate creator alive, because I make time for this. I invest in myself all the time. I'm learning each time to give myself more quality of life. Like a lot of people that come from this organized religion background are in this suffering mode. Like I don't deserve it. Like I'm not worthy. Like you are, you are, you are. Self-talk, inner dialogue is everything. It's all mantras. It is. And you can do mantras with your words. You can do mantras with your hands. You can tap certain mantras into you. You can mantra with the frequencies. When you go inside of yourself, like people think like, oh, well, what am I going to do inside of myself? Guys, you can do everything and more than you can do in these streets. Everything. You can heal, you can connect, you can learn, you can love, you can eliminate pain. That is the place that I went through my knee injury. So, my knee injury I thought ruined my life. I was 13, 14, 15, 16. I wanted to die. I was a teenager that used to wish to die. And luckily, I have a purpose here. Luckily, I have something way bigger than me that knew my potential then, because I wanted to die. I really did. My life was terrible. But the pain that I was experiencing in my body was making my mind stretch past what I could see. And I didn't know that at the time. I didn't realize that. But like, that's what always think up is to me, is whenever I thought healing in and brought it down into my physical life. And it took me a really long time. It took me from 13 to 23 when I was 23, I attracted the healer that I still go to today, 15 years later. I just went today. I just went today. And so if you guys are stuck or something feels stuck in your area, whatever city you live in, look up network chiropractor, spinal network analysis network chiropractor. That helps to release everything from the nervous system, and it helps you to be your authentic self. It helps you to work through your fears. It helps you to make more time for your passions. It helps you to see how you are the creator of your experience. And we have clogged up nervous systems. The clogged up nervous systems is like the energy that has been passed down and passed down and passed down and passed down and passed down that we said that we were going to clear out this time. I really do believe that, guys. I really do believe that we knew that we were coming here at a really hard time to clear out a lot of really old stuff and really learn how to love ourselves. I started this journey thinking that I knew how to teach people to love themselves, only to find out that I've only been learning to love myself better through the whole entire way of connecting with all of you. Thank you. I changed my life by changing my thoughts. I changed my life by changing my thoughts. That's whenever I connected, when you start to deliberately think about what you're thinking about and get a journal and write things, and then you can see when something happens, like you'll have like a click in your brain, and then you can actually go back to your journal and look and see where you created that in your life, right? And so this isn't just be so positive that you're dead thing, right? This is like if so and so at the gas station made you want to kick him in the fucking throat in the name of love. You have to figure out what that means for you. It doesn't have anything to do with so and so who you wanted to kick in the throat. It has everything to do with you and that energy of that interaction. You have to figure out inside of you what that means. It's deeper. You got to feel the real feelings inside of you. You got to really feel if you feel alone, you really got to feel that to feel that you're not alone. And a lot of times, a lot of these people now in these spiritual communities are tapping into some really heavy energies. And, it's giving them guts and it's giving them oomph, right? But you know, you really have to feel. You really have to feel in you and trust in you and know, I know that we come from a time where we want someone to prove it, right? So we feel something with our intuition and then we ask somebody well, I just want to know what they think. But most of the time, what they say to you goes against what you were feeling, right? And so then you're was I just being crazy? But you have to feel what you really feel about things and know that it has nothing to do with anyone else but yourself, right? What you feel runs your subconscious mind. And so if you're tuning into your feelings and you don't like it, I'm going to guarantee you that the way life is working out for you, you don't like it. Because you're avoiding your feelings. Your feelings are running your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your life. And it's just a big recipe of I really don't like how things are working out for me. And that sucks, right? But if you're there, just know that at any moment you can choose to think better thoughts. You can choose to become aware of the way you feel, and it's a learning process. You might be all right, I'm going to be aware how I feel around my family. Okay, see how that works out for you for months, years, whatever. I'm going to be aware of how I feel at my work, how I make my money. I'm going to be aware of how I feel in my interactions with my girlfriends. I'm going to be aware of how I feel about my free time. It's all of these things. Figure out how you feel about everything. Your feelings are connected to you. We were talking tonight in the show about how my pain led me to my passion. And I would never think that, the old me before would have never been like, oh yeah, this terrible knee injury that makes me feel like death is going to lead me to the greatest life of my dreams. I was not feeling that. It was just like little things. Like, I know there's something more than this. Like, they would tell me knee replacement, and I'm like, no, I would just go a little bit to the right and be like, nope, I'm not doing that. I didn't have any kind of grandiose idea of this miraculous healing, right? I just knew I didn't have to settle for that. I knew I didn't have to just settle for that answer. Guys, I am not better than anybody out here. I am thankful. I am so thankful. I am so thankful that each day and each now moment I get to figure out how I feel, become aware of what I'm thinking, see where I'm falling off, see where I'm doing good. You want to bring up all the things. You want to celebrate yourself. You want to list some things you could do a little bit better at. Are you directing your life and the things you want? Are you writing down what you want? Are you aware of the things that you don't want? Where are you making choices? Where are you choosing yourself? Because that's self-love. It's choosing yourself versus what everybody else says you're supposed to feel, think, act, be, say, do, right? Leaning into my feelings has been really hard. Like, I am bookwork Sally, and I could break it all down to you bookwork wise. Luckily, energy work is a lot different. Like, you have to feel how to feel. You have to feel, right? And I was really good. I'm really good at connecting with you all and feeling you all, right? All my clients, everybody I'm around. I was a barber for 15 years. I felt that, but I didn't know how to feel my own feeling. I didn't know how to say, hey, that hurt my feelings, or I didn't like that, or I don't feel comfortable here, or I don't really want to go there, or no. Um, Guys, that has helped me enjoy the moments so much better. Like, I've been having so many moments that I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna write something about this. And like, I end up doing it, and then boom, I'm on to the next thing. But in my journey of my feelings, I learned that I deprived myself in my feelings, right? And so looking out instead of looking in, and so that's like the whole give receive thing. Like, I, you know, I when I felt bad, I just went and gave something out to someone else. And that's why I say there's no right or wrong way in this. It's like it's about trusting you, and there's no treasure map to your soul. And so like people, right now we live in the the 2021, right? Where like you guys watch a YouTube thing about how to beat a video game. But there's nothing like that for your soul and your journey on your soul. It's just about like taking information and embodying that information. Take it, okay, you embodied this information, now you learned this information, now this information you don't want, now you want to embody this information. And so you can keep doing that, and you can keep doing whatever you want. It's a journey to yourself, and it's windy as fuck. It's not straight, no way. I saw someone the other day say something about the journey to God is straight. I don't know if anyone's been on this journey, but it's the furthest thing from straight. It's windy, it's curvy, and that's what you need to do. We can't be. That was another thing that we talked about today, is get out of your own way. And a lot of times when we're thinking something, even with my knee injury, I wanted it to heal so bad that it wasn't, because all my focus was on healing that knee, right? And so I kept asking him about it, and he's like, as soon as you focus on something else and not that, then that will loosen up. And I didn't get what that meant. And so, the windy is divine. The curves and the bust a right and bust a left, that's divine that happens, because That gets your mind off of this. Okay, so, some people can't get it right with their parents, right? And so then, they dive into their career, and then maybe you can't get that. And then you dive into your creativity and you can't get that. And then you dive into somewhere fun that you like to go. And that's the thing. If you're having problems in your relationships, do something else. Don't keep harping on the relationship. Do something for the relationship in yourself. A lot of people out here in this new age are depriving themselves the justifications of the feelings that they have from past wounding, right? And what does that mean? So, when you're depriving yourself and justifying it, you're like telling yourself that your feelings don't matter. And so if a feeling comes up, you're like, oh, that doesn't matter. That's depriving yourself of having that feeling, right? So maybe so and so might not understand the feeling, but somebody else will, or your journal will, or God will, higher consciousness, universe, whatever you want to call spirit, right? You want to get back into emotional connection with yourself, right? And so a lot of people out here are not connected to their emotions and their feelings. They think they're crazy for feeling the things that they feel. They think that their feelings are stupid. Their imagination is stupid. They're not good enough. They're not strong enough. Does anybody feel this? This is what a lot of people message me about. And so my advice is you're the commander of your life. It's you and you on your planet, right? And so you have to know what joy means to you. You have to know what happiness and peace means to you. Like, what is joy, happiness, and peace to you? And know that as you go through this journey, some of the things that you think are joy, happiness, and peace might change. And that's okay too. Guys, one good, quick way to get in touch with your feelings is to just close your eyes, sit down on the ground some roots into the earth. I always say, no matter what meditation I'm doing, I always ground some roots into the earth. Take a deep breath in and breathe in orange. Now, when you're meditating, right, don't question it, right? Don't try to figure it out. Don't try to control it. If you're breathing in and it's bright orange and it's sparkly and shiny, right, and it's going down, it's whirling around, that's good, right? But if you're breathing in and it's kind of like brown and like mucky and it's not really that bright of orange, right, that just is showing you that you need to breathe more into that space and love more into that space. So you want to, if it is kind of murky, you want to keep breathing it in until it's like clear. We can heal ourselves. We're the healers of ourselves. We can clear ourselves. We can ask and get our answers ourselves. We're just learning how to do this. Be patient, right? And so when you're doing this, know that you fulfill your wishes. You you have to teach yourself, one, that you're not receiving, and two, how to let go to receive, right? And so this gets so tricky, right? But the whole thing is when you're out here and you're the one fulfilling your wishes, will you work it? Will you keep working it? Like, you might get it wrong one day. You might fall off one day. You might cuss somebody out in the name of love one day, right? But will you work it? Will you get back on? Will you get back on and try? Will you get back on and get connected back with yourself? I know a lot of people don't like to connect to God because they've been hurt in organized religion. It is okay to say, fuck organized religion. I'm going to create my relationship with God, and it's going to be my relationship. You can say that. You can say that. You can say that, you can do that, you can be that how you need to be. And naturally, you're going to be drawn to what you're drawn to. Naturally, you're going to run across spirits, the souls of people that you're just like intrigued by. That's it. That's what it is.
Why are you wrapping my gifts?
Because you're not sleeping. It was just 11:11. Give me a kiss and go to sleep.
Just wrap the gift.
I will. You'll have it as soon as you wake up. Give me a kiss. Go ahead, or we can't do it. You can say hi, but you can't show your
face.
No, you'll have no pants on. You can just show your face. Say hi.
Hi.
Tell them it's my birthday.
Tomorrow it is.
And how old are you about to be?
6.
Okay, put that down. You can't hear anything. I love you. You better go to sleep so you can wake up early and get them presents early. I mean, I'm just saying. I would want my presents as soon as I could get them. Will she let herself receive? I can't believe it, man. Cheers. My baby's about to be 6. Thank you, love. Guys, it does take work. It does take work to actually realize that you're the creator of your experience, to actually realize that all the time you're co-creating with God. And if you have a hard time with the word God, start there. You start there. Build your own relationship. Ask your own questions. Ask how you want. I have friends that are so the Holy Spirit is ripping through their veins, right? And they're numerologists, or they read tarot cards, or they work at the pizza store, or they don't work and collect disability. Guys, you don't have to be a certain way to know that you are the co-creator of your experience, that your relationship with something bigger than you is really a big deal, that you really are a big deal, that how you get the divine downloads is really a big deal. How you say it is your big deal. How you live it and embody it is your big deal. You're a big deal. You're a really big deal. Oh, Tina, you're a big deal. I love you, girl. I love that we've been getting to spend time. That's the thing, guys. I don't let too many people into my space. And so I was really feeling lately like, man, I really want to be around somebody that's different than me, but can understand me, and boom, the universe just boop, brought Tina right into my life, right? I love how that works. And it's not always easy, and it doesn't mean that everything's always smooth. Ask her. Sometimes my life is super, super duper crazy. But you just roll with it. It's, when you learn about yourself, when you learn about the masculine and feminine in you and all the colors in you and how you're constantly co-creating by the way you feel, by the things you think, you feel, you say, right? Then it starts to make sense. That's why I feel like I say the same things a lot, but it's always different. I love you too. I'm sending you so much love. A lot of people didn't like when I prayed that I would say, I'm sending you so much love. I'm not here to pray the way you want me to pray. I'm here to connect and do what I know how to do. Okay? And so if you only want certain kind of prayers, put that out there. Hey, I'm looking for a certain kind of prayer and that's the only one I want, but you're limiting yourself if you think that my love isn't some form of love, unconditional love. It's all up to other people what they want. I don't push my stuff on anybody. I don't do organized religion. I am not organized religious. I am very spontaneous religious, right? Or spiritual, or connected, whatever you want to call it. Everybody gets so caught up in the snags. I don't know. It's just like butter. I just go through it. Guys, I worked really hard to get here where I'm at today. Really hard. Really hard. I have notebook on top of notebook on top of notebook on top of notebook on top of, conversation and conversation. And a lot of my journey in these Facebook videos has been being open to receive from you all. So thank you. I love you. I love you. And, it's funny because the more I talk about receiving with other people, the more I start catching myself, right? So I just did a big show about receiving, right? And I get off and they call me and they're like, okay, we're about to pay you. And I was like, oh no, I love that. And he's like, were we not just talking about receiving? And so thank you, universe. I have been blessed to do what I absolutely love to do, which doesn't even feel like work. And I had to receive it. And then not only did I have to receive it, I had to roll around. So guys, if somebody gives you a compliment tonight or tomorrow, right? You don't even have to give them a compliment back. Say thank you and just roll around in that feeling. A lot of people aren't even comfortable getting compliments. A lot of people, your hair looks nice. Oh, thanks. It feels like shit today. Or your outfit's nice. Oh, I just got it from the thrift store. Oh, your shoes are nice. Oh, my sister gave these to me. Just say thank you and feel that compliment. Let it go and roll all around you. It's energy. Hey, love. Guys, I hate to see people feel alone and like they don't have people out here in this world because I know that collaboration brings success. But I also know that if you're not at a place of collaboration yet, it's just because you need some time with yourself, by yourself, to figure out what you want, what is joy, happiness, and peace for you, what is the kind of life that you are wanting to create. And then when you know that, then you're going to attract people and invite people into your vibration who are people that you would want to collaborate with. Guys, I'm shedding so bad and these little hairs drive me crazy. Collaboration with like-minded individuals will bring you a heightened creativity. So let me ask you guys a serious question. Are the people that you're attracting, do they feel good for you? The people you're attracting, do they feel good in your area? So I asked at the very beginning of my video, you're not alone, but is your company keeping you? So, are the people that you're around, does it feel good? Does it feel good? That's what you want. Are you being fair to yourself with the people, in your life? If you are a giver, you could have a lot of people that are really used to you being a giver, right? And sometimes in order to get the receive, you got to give to different people instead of those same people. And that's tough. That's the fucking, ugh. Like, that's when you need a shot of love juice because that's really fucking hard. When you have people that you're used to giving to and they're used to receiving from you, and now you got to change that up. Now they're going to feel left out in the cold, but you sometimes have to change that in order for you to be able to receive something in your life. Because if you have set up a dynamic in your friendships where you're the giver, giver, then a lot of times what happens is you're just like setting yourself up to like always be let down. You have to know that you're worth it, guys. Any relationship, any work, anything in this world, if it does not feel good to you, it's not fair to yourself. If it does not feel good to you, it's not fair to yourself. Yes, a lot of the things that don't feel good to us come from our traumas and our wounding, and you'll figure that out later. But if you make the first step to say, whatever this is does not feel good to me, and I'm choosing me instead of this, right? And those can be little things, and they could be gigantic things, right? But the moment that you do that, that's whenever God, the universe, whatever, is going to know that you ain't fucking around about you anymore in the name of love. All right, whoa, she's choosing her. Let me jump down here. Let's get this cracking. She's choosing her now. If you are not honored by the people around you and the people that you work for and the people that you interact with, you're good. You're good by yourself. I'm telling you. You deserve honor and respect and truth and real. And yeah, it's not always like lovey in that space, right? But it's real. It's real and you deserve that. So if you're working at a job and they just think that you're another person on the thing, create something else. If you're in a relationship and that relationship isn't honoring you, don't fuck with it. If you have a best homie that doesn't seem like they honor you, get out of it. You already know, right? And so if you get the feeling that you're unsure, right? So you feel something, you get the feeling that you're unsure about it. Ask about it. God, source, creator, Allah, Jah, Buddha, Jesus, whoever you want to talk to out there, right? Ask, say, hey, something about this job, I'm not feeling honored. Show me something. And then watch you go to work in the next 7 days and watch the universe show the fuck out. Either way. Hey, I'm not feeling good about this girl that's been coming around, right? Ask the universe, watch the universe show the fuck out, right? Be picky about your vibration. Be picky about who comes in to your life and comes into your energy field, right? And then, when you're flexing your voice to speak out to something that you can't see, guess what that is? If you just flex your voice to ask about a situation to something that you cannot see, guess what that is? Does anybody know what that is? Faith, trust. Yeah. And you don't really have to all the way believe me. You can just be like, this crazy girl came out and said this crazy shit, and I'm just going to try it out, right? That's faith like a mustard seed, and you are letting that shit rip. Guys, we got these hearts, these beautiful hearts, right? That's what I love. That's what I love. Even broken hearts, even a broken heart is so beautiful. Our hearts just want to be so good to others. But the whole thing is like you can only be as good to others as you are to yourself. Now, most people on the other end of that don't realize what I'm talking about. So if you are blocked and hurt, you aren't going to really fully all the way trust to love this person. Yes, love. All right, we'll go upstairs and turn something on. We're hyping here. We're birthday hype tonight. She was like halfway passed out. I'm feeling it too. I'm like tired, sleepy. Is anybody else tired, sleepy? Or tired, wired? Guys, in the heart space, many people are in love with the imaginary idea of love, right? And I am always out here talking about, your intuition, that's your imaginary world that you can go in and you can set up camp in there, right? But this, what I mean, the imaginary idea of love is like waiting for somebody to change, then you'll be enjoy happiness and peace. Waiting for your life to get a little bit of structure and then you'll be enjoy happiness and peace. Waiting for something else, somebody else to do something to bring you peace. Wanting what others see as love. So, I see a lot of really successful people, like really successful, right? And they're not happy, right? Because people only come and meet me when they're not happy. Unless we're friends later and then we hook up like me and Tina. But Most people only meet me when they're not happy with what is going on in their lives and they're ready to deliberately create a new life for themselves, right? That's when they meet moi. And so what happens is they're feeling stuck as fuck. They have all this money, they have all these things that everybody said, oh, if you're successful, you'll love your life. And they don't, because they are feeling like they're the only givers. They're feeling like they can't receive, right? It's this whole same message. They're stuck as fuck. And they're living this imaginary idea of like, oh, if I have $100,000 in the bank, I'll be happy. One of my biggest thing was like, oh, when I live at the beach, I'll be happy. So you know what I did? I brought a sandbox home and I live at the beach. I have the beach at my toes whenever I want to. I turn on my boil pot, I turn on my Rastafarian music, and I get it in here, right? You have to bring it all to you. Everything that you want, you have to bring it in, feel it in. The best way to deliberately create something is to feel it, right? So when I think about the beach, I don't just, think of like, I don't know, like the things that regular people think about, right? I think about like, oh my gosh, what does it smell like? Because it smells different. What does the sun feel like? What do the people all moving around? What does that feel like to me? What does it feel like to me to go to the pier? What does it feel like to me when I saw the little boy catch a fish? What does all this feel like to me? Because that's how you end up creating this, like in what seems to be magical ways, right? You sure did. You know it, sis. Um, and a lot of times that the people that are stuck, they're not even seeing that they love what they have already, right? Because they're thinking that they're not enough. They're thinking that they didn't do enough yet, right? And so that's why this heart work, I talk about the heart work all the time, is because, you know, you have to see where you're stuck, where you feel stuck, what you're not grateful for, right? To see where that's supposed to take you, right? So you have to be real. You have to be real. Like we have to get real with ourselves. We have to get real and say our thoughts, feelings, and words are creating the things in our lives. This little piece of hair is not gonna. Guys, right now, what is going on in the planet is we are regenerating our energy bodies. Our energy bodies are regenerating. So there's a lot of releasing, there's a lot of light entering, right? Releasing from the old, forming the new. Dance it out. I'm so grateful for you, babe. One good thing that you can do that has nothing to do with organized religion or anything like that is dance. Turn on your got it. Turn on your favorite music, turn on your favorite song, something that used to make you dance, and dance. If you can't fully dance the way you used to, do what you can do now, like the modified version. Guys, if you're watching me, you're already a manifester. You know that you create your experience, but it gets icky in there sometimes. You don't know what that means. Will you choose to be a conscious manifester? Is my question tonight. Will you choose to become aware of what you're thinking, feeling, and saying? That's what you have to do. You have to become aware of what you're thinking and feeling and saying at all times in every now moment. And so you're not just going to start, if you're just starting tonight, you're not just going to start and be like, oh, woo, woo, woo. Some things might be easy, but some things are going to be tough, right? You have to become aware, become aware, become aware. Put it to motion, become aware, put it to motion, become aware. Ask what you're supposed to have, receive the answers, right? It's constant. You gotta face what feels off. If there's something in your life that feels off, we gotta face it, face it, face it. We are all growing through big challenges. And, the big challenges are your personal root chakra. So, like, where you came from and the roots of that, all the programming, the religious programming, everything, status, success, love life, kids life, right? All that shit. And in that place, there are so many untapped skills, right? And so we have our personal root and what that's going through. We have everything that's going on in the actual 3D world, right? And so that's a lot going on at the same time. Because if you guys could see energy like the way I see energy, the stuff that's in our roots is too much. It's a lot. It's too much, right? And so then when you add the stuff that's going on in the real world to that, it can feel like it's impossible, but it's not. Take a little bit of time every day, a little bit of time. It's like working out. You don't work out and just go full throttle 7 days a week, 5 hours a day at the gym. You work yourself into it. You work it around until you start making more and more time for yourself. In the root, when the growing through personal challenges, that's where you start to realize you have personality traits of your own self that you didn't even realize were there. You have certain things about you, certain unique ways to pray, certain unique ways to speak, certain unique ways to connect inside, to receive, right? And that's when you start to learn that kind of stuff. And it's tricky. A lot of people out here right now are stuck in this poverty mind frame. Can we give a rest in peace to the fucking poverty mind frame? Cheers. We gotta let that bitch burn. Rest in peace, poverty mind frame. We don't need you anymore. You didn't do anything good for our ancestors, and we are turning this the fuck around. That's how I pray sometimes, right? We gotta cut it out, man. We gotta cut out this poverty mind frame. If you look into your money, you'll see a lot about your roots, right? That's a good way. Your money, look in there, right? The poverty mind frame is just feelings unfelt that, you keep repeating in your mind and thinking that you are not worthy, not good enough, not strong. It's all of those things that you can't get past a certain level because you don't deserve to, or because you've never seen that or something like that. We have to, you know, always think up from that. We have to always think up from the poverty mind frame. We have to go into our roots and get that all situated and figured out so we can free our minds. Sovereignty to me is a free mind, is a free feeling, a peaceful feeling, even in the chaotic, right? We co-create with God all the time. That's what manifesting is. If you say that you're a manifester, you're co-creating with God. God is love, unconditional love. I don't do organized religion, but if you know that you're a manifester, you are co-creating with God, literally. And you're doing this all the time, but you're only aware of it whenever somebody pops on a video or whenever you see something. You have to become aware. Yeah, free will is God's gift. And that's the thing. And that's the thing about prayer, like there are some times where I will ask to connect with someone's soul, and that soul will give me an absolute no. And that's what they need. And I love them unconditionally. And so I honor them by backing off when their soul tells me no. Yeah, it's real. It's real because we do have free will. And, in honoring somebody that is making a decision in free will, that will show you if there are conditions in love or not. And we're all guilty. Guys, come on, man. In order for me to get here, do you think I had to do a lot of messing up? Because I did. I really did. I was a control freak. And if you fucked around with me, I was like, oh no. Mm-mm. I'm cutting that off. I'm cutting that off. Guys, I talked about this tonight in my show, and it's funny because I had that for this tonight too. A lot of people talk about downloads, 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 downloads. What do downloads mean to you? I thought about that. Like, I should do a show on just like one word, downloads. And what does that mean for everybody? Because everybody's downloads are so unique. Everybody's downloads are so different. It's their own song. It like makes the song better. So to me, a download is whenever God's trying to send me something, a signal, a sign, right? Knowledge, wisdom, right? And so if I could just think it like a cloud and let it go away, right? Or I could take it and I could pull it down into my root. And I could really see how I feel. Do I feel safe about that download? Do I feel like I could take some action on that download, right? Because you have to do more than pray out here. You definitely have to do more than pray. Like nobody is going to come down and save you. That's not how God set up. This free will is God's gift. You have free will to cut the fuck up. If you want to be down here cutting the fuck up, you can cut the fuck up. Cut up. You're going to keep inviting things into your vibration by cutting up, right? Polarity. But you do have free will to choose you. You do have free will to change it. You do have free will to ground in what you're getting and put action into that, right? And you have everything you need. Everything you need to, you make the smallest step forward, and that what you're co-creating with knows that you're about it. If you want to start eating healthier and you start just waking up in the morning and eating an apple, you and the creator know that you are about that life, and more things are going to come to you just by doing that one thing. It doesn't have to be you clear out your whole entire refrigerator and no. It could just be like, normally I wake up and drink my coffee. Now I'm going to start waking up, eating an apple, and drinking my coffee.
Can't go to sleep.
Okay, go put on our favorite movie. I'm almost done. Okay, but I need you
The
guys.
Monkey King?
No, don't watch that.
But
Moana?
I close my eyes for an hour in there, and I still can't go to sleep.
Bring me your tablet. You want me to put some sleep music on?
There's not sleep music on.
I can put it on there. Vibrational frequencies. Solfego frequencies. They're on YouTube. I work with listening to Smile and Ian Morris, so I say go to listening to Smile because those are dope. But if you're trying to be on the free, which I know a lot of people are, you can go check out Solfego Frequencies on YouTube. It's free. Them shits be running for like 9-10 hours, and the kids love them.
I'll tell you what I texted you. I texted you all of that.
Oh, I love that.
For my birthday.
Oh, girl, I cannot wait to celebrate your birthday, sis. You don't even know. I'm feeling like, ooh! Oh, how do I get that off?
And so you guys know my number into my tablet is 000.
You're not supposed to be telling people your password. Don't change it off this. Don't be watching something else. You gotta go up and lay down.
Okay. I'll turn off the TV.
Yeah, if you just turn off the TV and listen to this. You want to take mommy's charger?
Yeah.
Well, it's charged up. I'll charge it up. I love you. Sorry, guys. She didn't see it. She wasn't interacting because we gotta get her sleepy music and get her off to dreamland. So I love being a mom, Sharita. I see your kids too, and I love your kids. I love all the kids, man. Trying to heal yourself and have kids, everybody out here, I give you so much love, because just trying, when I didn't have any kids, just trying to heal myself alone was really hard. And then adding a kid into the mix, I give you guys so much credit for anything you do out here, trying to heal yourself. I hope never that my messages come across like you're not doing enough, because you always are, and be patient with yourself. But I just know that the body can and wants to heal. And so that's why God makes me come up here and spit this shit all the time. So when you ground in the divine ideas, you have to balance that out, right? You have to take the divine idea, take it down into the root, right? And then you have to bring it into your heart. And this is why our hearts are so important. And so, I'm not saying go and share your broken heart with somebody that you don't know if you're going to trust, right? I'm saying put it in your heart and take it to God. Like, you don't have, when you take your heart's desires to God, there's no judgment. There's encouragement, there's inspiration, there's a party. It's, when you take your heart's desires, so your heart might have been through a whole lot of shit, right? But when you take that divine idea, ground it into the ground, clear out anything that you don't need in there and bring it into your heart, right? In an unconditional love way, that's where you're safe. You're safe to talk to God about your heart. You're safe to talk to God about your feelings, the good ones and the bad ones. That's the safest place on earth. I was talking to my mom and she was trying to understand. I'm trying to understand still what this all is, right? And so she was like, learned a little bit about like 3D and 5D, right? And I'm like, I don't know, mom, like I 5D is like the place where like nobody sees to me, and she's like, I don't know, Sarah, that kind of seems like the devil, but it's not. It's like this sacred, safest place. Like, so much healing goes on in the 5D. So much work gets done in the 5D. There are people that I know that are constantly working in the 5D for the highest and greatest good for all. That's where the connection is. That's where a lot of the answers are. Oh, thank you. I'm receiving all of your love too. Oh, I love it. Guys, a lot of this process of what is going on with realizing now that you're the creator of your life, realizing now that you're in steady communication with God, or maybe where you haven't been, where you needed to and you haven't been, right? So you're reinventing yourself. You're not going to be, when you go from autopilot to I am a conscious creator and the deliberate creator of my experience, you're reinventing yourself to suit your desires. And so the things you used to fall in line for, now they're going to be a lot different. And so all that change and stuff takes time. And, all of that is a constant process of tuning back into your heart. Okay, so I've been through this. Now my heart is, everything bad that happens to us makes our heart launch a different request, a more specific request, a more engraved, okay, like I didn't get specific enough. I need to get a little bit more specific because that shit fucking hurt. I mean, it had like the external shell energy, but like I need to get more specific and juicy about my heart's desires. And so that's why these things come up. Guys, I'm telling you, what you want in your life, speak that shit. I remember being in the barbershop. I was just talking about today because the show that I did today, I was with a guy that he came into my barber chair and he just loved me because I was like just saying all the things that I was going to do. And that's how I've been. I'm, in the barbershop, I started in the barbershop saying, I'm going to be a snowbird when I'm 23. Well, it took a little bit longer than that. But, do you see what I'm saying? Like, where everybody said here that you have to be a snowbird when you're like 65. No, I'm going to be one when I'm 30 and 35 and 37. And that's what I'm going to do, right? I love it. And it's still not all the way perfect, my snowbirdness, but it's happening. Guys, we got to ride the wave of change in our lives. Yes. You got to be real. That's the first thing about riding the wave is you got to get real with yourself. And if you don't trust me or you don't trust anybody out here, get real with yourself with God. I brought my sex life to God. That was like the one last piece that I just couldn't expose, right? And I'm thinking like, oh, I'm not going to expose my sex life. Okay, if the all knowing, all seeing, all being, all encompassing, you think it doesn't know about that part? I mean, that was just a that was just a place that and that happened, you know? And so a lot of us think and we only connect with God on certain things or on certain days or, whatever. It's all the time. Get out of the organized religion and get unorganized with it and get into yourself. It's a unique way to connect. Right now, it's time to love you. If you're here, if you're on this, if you're with me, it is time to love you, to choose you, to start chipping away at the things that do not feel good anymore, even though they don't make sense. Because if it is good for you, but you just need to clear out some stuff first, when you clear out some stuff, it's just going to come right back, right? We don't have to think things so permanent and definite or indefinite, right? We have to face what we feel inside of us. And guys, verbal precision comes later, right? And so when I was learning this stuff and I was like, fuck you in the name of love and all that, right? Do you think that was verbally precise? I'm a minister, but do you think that they would want me up there saying that? No, right? And that's the thing. You have to claim what's yours. Like, what do you want in your life? If you can tune into your heart and your desires, what do you want in your life? I claim peace like I had it. Peace. I want peace. Please give me peace. Please show me peace. Please fill me with peace. Please teach me about peace, right? Claim it and cut what isn't for you. And so if you're just picking up Miss Wilma on Sunday to go get some eggs because she's just the old lady next to you, but she's mean as fuck to you. Every time you leave her, you're flustered, you lose your keys, you drop your shit, you lock your keys in the car, whatever. I know you love Miss Wilma and you want to help her, but if she's mean, cut that shit out. Same goes for all of things like that, right? And you have to nurture when you're not always so verbally precise, right? And so I do healing work and people will ask me these wordy questions that are like this big, wordy, word. And I'm like, I don't know. I'm just feeling like this is too many words for me, right? And so people would say, oh, you're supposed to be a healer and blah, blah, blah. And you don't know this and you don't know that. And, I had to go through a lot with that stuff. I don't resonate with all these things that people resonate with, all these, I resonate with the people that I lost in my life physically, that I loved and lost, right? That transitioned, died, passed on, and God. And that's it. And I don't know anything about Isis or Jesus or Buddha or any of those things. I know what those people teach me from the other side, and I know what God is trying. And that alone is my own way is hard enough. And so if anybody has anything to say about what you're saying and what you're doing, choose you. And just know, like, nobody's perfect on this journey. Nobody has it all figured out. Uh-uh. I was watching the Oprah show yesterday. If you guys don't know, I love Oprah. So whatever mainstream media is saying, I don't give a fuck. I love Oprah. When I started my videos, I said, if I can't say it from Nana all the way to Oprah, whatever I can say, that's what I'm going to say on my show, right? And she had on Marianne, why can't I think of her name right now? Return to Love. Um, and I just love it. I just love it because I love to be connected with people that know what the Spirit of God feel like, the Holy Spirit, that spark inside of you that doesn't make any sense to anybody else. Like I love that. Um, you can change your intentions at every moment, right? And so I have a lot of people that, I talked about if you're looking for money. So a lot of people are out here trying to get money, trying to get money, trying to get money, and it just seems like money is going as far away as it could from them, right? And so then I say to change your intention, like look for something else. And so, it's okay if you've been in this trying to create money and you're running into that. It's normally something going on in your solar plexus chakra, right? But as soon as you change your intentions, then that will change that, right? And so you could change and just think, I don't know, thank you. Hey, instead of worrying about money, worry about saying thank you, asking people for help. Hey, I started this journey and it's funny, right? I used to do fast food a lot, right? And this was before a long time before anything. And so I couldn't ask for help from anybody. And so I just started saying, I didn't even eat like condiments. And I'd be like, excuse me, can I have some ketchup and some napkins? And like that was big and like flexing my voice because I could never ask anybody for anything. And so it's the smallest things, guys. So life happens like a spiral, right? The spiral of life. And so when your past comes back up, it is not to hurt you. That is not God hurting you, right? It's coming up for you to each time learn how to be more direct, right? And so if something from the past comes up that used to make you feel shitty, right? Now it's going to come back again and see how do you handle that? Are you more direct? Do you pop out of that faster? Okay, it comes up again. Now did you get that better? Do you see what the lesson is, right? It's different people, same energy. Ask for clarity when you're not sure. When someone's saying something or someone's doing something or you're about to go somewhere, ask for clarity. We speak our feelings to life, guys. And so I know right now with the energy the way it is, I know a lot of people are speaking some really nasty stuff out there. And if you are speaking nasty stuff out here, I get it, you're hurt, right? Just take a little bit of extra time in the morning and try to speak some good stuff. Before you connect with anybody, connect with God, get a little conversation sparked up, learn how that conversation works, right? Nurture you nurture you in every way, in your environment, nurture your thoughts, nurture your feelings. When you feel bad or triggered, nurture that. Whenever everything seems chaotic, nurture that to find your peace. Guys, you create it and you're not alone. I love you. I love you all because we're all connected. So tonight I was tapping in with my friend to people, and he's been telling me this for a long time, and it was really cool. So, I've been tuning into spirit for so long, and what happens is when I connect with other people, I can feel it inside me, and that's my gift. That's my gift. And I can teach you how what you're feeling inside of you is linked to your energy body and how it just wants released, right? And so, Tai Chi is really good if you want to just like kick off your day. If you feel like you have too much energy inside of you, turn on some Tai Chi on YouTube. Get that energy moving through your meridians, dry brush yourself, do meditations, start kicking up a conversation with God. Ask for things, ask for signs. I love you guys. Is anybody going through anything tonight? Does anybody want to talk about anything tonight? I know that there's so much going on. I know that I just dropped so much on all of you. I'm here for you. I try to do what I can out here, while still being the conscious creator of my life. And I'm in a sunshine state of mind all the time. Everything's connected, guys. We're connected. Everything inside of us is connected. These birthdays, they're funny. It's funny being a mom And it's like, my daughter's birthday is about to be tomorrow, and I can feel like this pull on my womb. It's really weird. It's cool. It's really cool. I don't know what it is. I don't know what it is. I was just talking to God about it before I got on here. That's interesting. Learn about the cycles of you. Learn about the phases of you. It isn't like we get these like little robot personalities. We get dropped down here. And we're like, oh, happy, 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 happy. You got flavor in your emotions. We are emotionally flavorful. So does anybody want a reading? Does anyone want to work with me a little bit and see how this intuitive stuff works? See how my gifts work? It's fun. It's really fun. Tonight I was connecting with people that I like. Normally I can see your names, and tonight I was connecting with people I couldn't even see their names, and I couldn't even see what they were saying. But like, it was super cool to go back and see that everybody was like, "Oh my gosh, right on, right on, right on," And that's the thing. Like, oh my God, if I'm doing this right, please show me, let me know, right? That's always been my thing in healing and energy work and all of that stuff. I never wanted to hurt anybody. That was my biggest thing. Like, I just want to make sure I know everything so I can't ever possibly hurt anybody. It's crazy the things that we put on ourselves. Anything, anything. Send a major love out, man. I know that there are so many people going through so much. And I know that it seems really silly, the things that I talk about. But guys, if there was ever a time in this life to fall in love with yourself, it's now. It's now. It's now. I was just at the Wiz today, and I was like, I don't know, man. I'm feeling like the time is now. He's like, Sarah, there's no better time than now. I'm like, I fucking love you, man. I fucking love you, man. I really do. I came from a life that I really didn't fucking love. And like, I really love my life, man. I really do. And that doesn't mean I don't have bad times. I do have bad times. I do have bad times. I go through it. I'm so real. Yes. But I really do love the changes that I have made and seeing, even having my daughter's birthday come up. I'm like, wow, think about when she was 5. Think about when she was 4. Think about when she was 3 and 2 and 1 and in my belly. Wow. It should be called reflection. Reflection for the mom, birthday for the baby. I think I'm writing that down. Do we have any fellow Pisces up in the house? Pisces are pretty fucking cool. Boom. It is a reflection for the moms, man. I can't wait to go to the beach, guys. It's Wednesday. In 3 days, I'm on my way to the beach. If you guys want to know what music I have on, it's Mozart. Yes, reflection. I dig it. Yes, girl, I mean, these kids, they're so great, but like, sometimes they'll have you forgetting what damn day it is out here. And I only have one, sis. Girl, they are busy. Oh, moms need more. Moms need to check from the government. I was writing this the other day. Moms need to check from the government. They need 2 free massages every month. Fingernails, whatever you like, man. The government should really give that to us. They don't let us take off for our periods and all that other stuff like they do in the Eastern culture. They need to give us a break. Women are over here working too hard. And that's the thing. Sometimes when you're out here and you're working too hard, you're giving too much of yourself. and you're not receiving anything to fill you back up. And whether you have kids or not, you have to fill back up. You have to fill back up your cup. Nobody can fill up your cup but you. Hello, beautiful. I love you guys, you know? And when I first started talking about Always Think Up, I didn't want to talk about God because I knew that that was a really touchy subject for a lot of people. But like I said, man, I've been going back to the root of it all, and it's really fucking simple. And people are trying to make it really, really complicated. You know, give and receive, pray and take action. That's what it is. Become aware of yourself. Choose you more. You know, okay, so we're not going to start off and get off this video and just cut all the shitty shit out of our lives, right? No, you can't do that. You can't do that. You have to take one thing at a time. You know, when I remember when I did my first detox, I was like 21 years old and I cut sugar out of my coffee. I didn't know. I did not know. I love you guys, man. You know, I know a lot of people in their hard times are thinking that it's God, but you have free will to do whatever you want. You have free will to not choose you for the rest of your life. And I'll still love you, but I probably ain't gonna fuck with you. If you ain't choosing you, I probably don't fuck with you. I mean, I will for a little bit until I realize what are you gonna pick for yourself. I only roll with people that choose them every time because they understand me. You have to choose you, guys, and it's a process. And we can only do what we got with what we got, man. And if you think God don't know that, God knows that. You don't have to buy anything extra. You don't have to do anything big time. It's just simple, simple stuff. I'm telling you, man. Ask God questions. Pay attention to what you get. You know, we are thinking, feeling, and speaking our lives. So pay attention. What are you thinking, feeling, and speaking? The trifecta. Hopefully this little shit fell asleep so I can wrap these presents. You know, I forgot. My friends were saying, "You're such a good mom. I forgot to wrap the fucking present." That's all right. I got her crab legs. She's vibing out. My baby is vibing out right now to have crab legs for her birthday. Today, her and her dad were singing together. She had the microphone. She was singing to her dad. It was the cutest little thing. Guys, I'm telling you, especially if you have kids, you know, you want to teach your kids to choose them by showing them how you choose you. So a lot of times whenever our kids are getting older, that's where we start to see where we weren't choosing ourselves because you see your kids not choosing themselves, but they're only learning it from us. Yep. Talk about feelings with your kids. You know, this is the kind of stuff that as you do it with you, it becomes more natural that you do it with your kids. You know, I raised my daughter very different than mainstream. I'm in my stream. I unschool. We're at home. Happy big six. Much love, many blessings. Yeah, it's my. Hold on, I wrote it down, but I forget. It's my reflection day, and it's her birthday. I'm reflecting back. So I'll probably like bombard you guys with all kind of like pictures of her when she was a baby and shit like that, and cry a little bit, and shit like that. Ooh, it got dark. Oh, there you go. I love you guys because we're all connected. You know, and it's funny. I was just saying tonight, I'm very connected to God, but I don't know how to work the damn internet. I try. Yes, it's a double celebration. You know it, girl. You know it. We celebrate all month. We celebrate birthdays all month. But we celebrate ourselves like all year too, you know? I got her some roses today. It's just the little stuff, guys. You don't have to do big time. It's True's birthday. Oh, it is midnight. It's True's birthday. Happy birthday, little. Thank you. I'm using that 3 times a year. It's so true. Yes, girl. Shit, yes. And trust me, I'll be writing into the Senate and the Congress to get mothers free passes for shit. And however many kids you have, that means something too to the to quantity of what you have. Because the more you have, and it's like hard work. Being a mother is a lot of work. That's what I mean. Can you expand your mind past what they told you? Like, you don't get nothing for being a mom. Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Yes, happy reflection day. Yes. Yes. My Grace just saw you and asked Mom who's that. I said Sarah. She said she's pretty. Oh, tell her she's beautiful. I love the littles, man. Happy birthday, Trude. Happy reflection day, Mommy. Oh, I love you guys. I love you guys. Talk to God. Talk to God. Whatever's not working out, you don't have to tell me. Pray. Ask about it. Ask for some knowledge on it, some wisdom on it. Please, guys. Please. If something's not working out in your life, talk to God. Talk to God. Take some action. You pray and then you take action. You pray and then you take action. You have to do it. You have to do it. Guys, listen, I wish that I could go out here and talk to God for all you guys and come back in with the messages and we could be all fired up, right? But that isn't how it works. You have to talk to God. You have to build that connection. You have to work out that connection. You have to get to know that connection. Hey, I swear you just fill me up. I love you, girl. Thank you. Thank you. Oh, I love the love. It's just the littlest stuff. It's the littlest stuff that means the biggest deal. Me too. And happy birthday to your magnificent True. I love you guys because we're all connected. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Guys, there's no one way to do this. It's a windy road, man. And you're worth it. You are worth it. Choose you because you are worth it. I don't know much, but I know you're worth it. I love you guys. Good night. One love.